Hi, so this is my final game and I have my plan here which I call it Seven Kingdom, and this is one of the stage from all of the stages in the full game, and it's called Forest. There'll be a 4x4 grid map in the game, and as what I planned, I will put three equipment objects in the room, one key to unlock the one of the rooms, and there will be 16 rooms, one lock, and three enemies. So there will be two enemies in one room and one king in the castle, in the locked castle. And I have another plan, which is um, the classes. For the classes, like I have player, inventory, objects, room, enemies, map, X, but I didn't really use this because it's just a plan and I find it not necessary to use to create X class. And here is the rooms that I will put into the grid map. It's a 4x4, so this will be the X axis and the Y axis. And yep, and I'm gonna now go through the game. From the here. So I'm gonna go create a new player. Mm, And now we can see that we can distribute 18 points between strength, agility, and health. Strength means the damage that will brings to the enemy. The agility means the percentage that the player can hit double on the enemy. And the health is just the health. So if you put 1 point for strength, it will be one strength, and agility 1 point equals to 1% more, and 1 point equals to 10 health. So I'm gonna put in strength 10, and you can see here that we have 8 left, so I will put 5, and 3 left, so 3. Here it shows welcome and your strength, agility, and health. Um the base strength, agility is 30, so whatever you put in, it adds on to the strength and agility. And the health, 1 point will be 10, so it's 3 times 10 plus 100 for the health. The base for the health is 100. So here, stage 1 forest mission, fight all enemies and kill the king. So now this is the starting of the game. It shows the player's attributes, and it prints out the current room with the objects or enemy in the room. So if a player didn't know what to do, they can type help, and it will show all the commands possible get to get through the whole game. I'm not gonna talk about the help I, because I know the commands, so I'm gonna just go through the whole game quickly. So there's the object in the room, so I can pick it up. Okay, it's added into the inventory, so it's added there, and you can move around the map. Okay, there's another object which I'm gonna pick up. Okay, it's added into the inventory, and in order to equip something on the player, they have to pick it up and put it in the inventory first, and now they can equip anything that is equipable in the inventory. So now I'm gonna equip the pirate hidden egg. strength plus 20, agility plus 30. So we can see the changes here, strength and agility that it adds. And now I'm gonna go to the bandit hill to fight with the enemies. And as I'm going through the map, you can see that it will show the x-axis and the y-axis, the position where the room is. And it's better to do it this way because it would be clearer to see if um, to see the position of the current room and to see if I can go to the north, south, east, west to check if it's the wall. And here I can fight with the bandit, and I do it this way that whenever the fight command is put in, it will take the last enemy from the enemy vector to fight with the player. And if the player wins, it will add on the XP 60. And if the player loses and the bandit wins, um then the player will lose something from the equipment. And if he has nothing equipped, then it will drop something from the inventory. So let's fight the bandit. So get ready to fight, and you can see that your health here is 130 and the bandit is 100. So fight. I got hit by the enemy. Fight, fight. Okay, so I hit the enemy by double, so I won an XP plus 60. So when I go back to the room, the bandit is removed. Okay, I'm gonna show you the safe in between here. So I'm gonna exit the game. Yes, I'm sure. And do you wanna save? Yes. Okay, so player saved and time taken is 28 milliseconds. Okay, so here I have my folder. Yeah, this folder here. And as you can see that this is where I have my name, just to collect all the names that exist in the game, that it checks first, and if the name exists then the username can enter that name. And new player, I mean. And this is the folder for the player to save all the attributes. And yeah, this is basically everything which belongs to the user. And this is the enemy which is still in the room, still in the map. And this is the objects which is still in the map. So I have one load object function and one load enemy function. So, and yeah, I will talk about the code later on. This is just to show you that the save function is working, and it saves to a text file under the player's name. And now I'm gonna start it again and load existing player. So I enter my name. Time taken 3 seconds to load all the details of the player from 3 text files. So it puts me back into the room which I last saved. And here I can, because my health is 70, so I'm not sure if I would be able to fight the enemy. So it's better if I rest, which would add a 10 to the health. It's a cheating way, but just to be real quick and fight. Okay, so choose fight or run. Fight. Yeah. Give me a second. Actually, it's not. It's a function here, and it checks from the function in the file IO um, to check if the name exists, and if it does, then it returns true, and it will shows the error message to show that the username is exists, and they will have to enter a new name. Yep. And okay, so I'm just gonna skip through all these, and then it would, and then in that function it will just start game in that function. I will show you. Oh, it's just so long code in this. Let's check if player exists. No, yeah, here, and it would um start the game here. It will load the files from the, if it checks that it is exists, then it would just go and download the file under the player name, like audrine.txt, audrineobject.txt under the player's name. And this is all the parsing part, and it's one command and one function. And here's all the search and check functions. This is how where it navigates and go around the map, and this is to pick up an object and put it into the inventory. And I set it max 2 items, so if it's full you can really add something into the inventory. And check to equip checks if the object is equipable, and if the player has the equipment, then it would just put the equipment into the back into the inventory, and put the object that he wanted to equip from the inventory into the equipment. And if there is nothing in the has equipped equals false, so there is nothing in the equipment, then it would just set the equipment to the object. And check to fight. This is the function to fight the enemy. And here, if the enemy dot get name is Big King, then it will check and make sure that the player kill all the enemies before they fight the king. So there will be only one enemy left in the map. And here's the fight. Else it will fight. And this links to the fight combat.h to fight with the enemy. This check to examine, it's the examine command to examine the items in the inventory. Drop item, it will just put the item back into the room. And check if player name exists. Yeah, this is just checking. And this check save, it's when the player wanted to save the game, they can just type save into the command, and this will save the player into their own file. Okay, and check unlock. This check to see if there's a key in the inventory, and to add the check if there's a key in the inventory, and to unlock the castle. Yeah, and then it will change the description here when it's unlocked, and change it to unlock the current room. And check exit, and this is when the player enters an exit command that they want to exit the game. So it will ask the player if they want to save the game, yes or no. And check use fountain, this is the function to check if the player is in the current room is in the use fountain. If yes, then add 50 to the player's health. And this is the print command, it's just all the layouts of the commands available to use in the game. Stage clear is the printout for the user that the stage is clear, and to save yes or no, and then it ends the game. So that's basically all of my game. And so I will go through the specification to make sure that I have everything done and I have my plan. Evaluate the efficiency of all data structures. I don't really have this because I'm not sure if the one that I'm using is the best, but I think it really works for me in this game. The game is persistent, that nothing goes randomly, or yeah, it goes very persistently throughout the game, and all game data should be loaded from a text file. Yep, I have three files, the enemy, rooms, and objects, which I load all the things in from. And I have a login system that I will log in and store the new player's username and password. Actually, I don't have a password, but um, I think it would be fine without the password in that game because it's not really this big game. And I have this strength, agility, and health, which the player can distribute the points between the attributes. There's a simple parsing system for the game, and player items and enemies interact with each other. The player can pick up the objects and fight with the enemies and pick up an object to unlock the room. And there's a 4x4 grid map that the player can walk around. And when the player dies, it will drop an item. And if the enemy dies, the player will get 60 XP. And I didn't really talk about the XP this time, but um, actually the XP works that the first time when the XP is 100, then it goes to level 2, and the next level it will plus 20, so it will take 120 to get to level 3, and it will get 140 to get to level 4. And yep, so that's basically it, and I hope I didn't miss anything out, and thank you for watching.